Thank you very much, Steve. Thank you, Alan, and thank you to all of you for all that you are doing as part of this amazing project in our community. I'm incredibly proud to have been involved through Alan's leadership and through the work with so many of the volunteers in the room as well, with Generations Active and that support under the Model City work from the London Mayor, to really find ways in which we could bring a vision of how young people in our communities can get more active, do so on their terms, and do so in a way that contributes to their well-being, not just for now, but building really important habits for life. I grew up in Hounslow. I went to Heston Primary School and I went to the Green School and I did my Government and Politics GCSE at Isleworth and Zion School. And so I, like you, have had a history in the borough growing up as a young person. I used to go and train actually at Feltham Arenas when I was young, and I wasn't that good at sport, but I loved it. And I will tell you my little embarrassing secret in that the first time I went to an athletics meeting, you still call them meetings, I actually thought it was a meeting, when you would sit in a meeting. And what I didn't realise is I was going to be doing shot put and javelin and all of those things. And in the end, because not many other people had turned up, I actually did win a lot of medals for Hounslow that day. And it was an incredible feeling of achievement on my part, but also a really good example of how even sometimes those things that are so basic, the language we use, the way in which we involve and include people, are important steps to make sure that sport is inclusive and people don't feel silly when they take part, even if they don't know and can't, the rules and can't play as well as you. And actually it was through a friend of mine, Dawn, at the Green School. I have another friend here, Rachel, from the Green School. But it was through a friend of mine who was really, really good at sport, was a really fast runner, who was really encouraging to me. That was the reason I got involved. The reason why I'm so proud to see all of you here as young leaders, being part of this project across the borough, being young leaders in your school. The things that you'll do, the small conversations you'll have, the young people you'll encourage, will be changing lives. And it will also be a legacy that you start to create. Because when you're long gone in the future, in whichever employment or jobs, or maybe you'll come back and be sports teachers in the borough as others do, you will have created something through this time now, that you are making those choices and being part of something that today is your life, but actually is a legacy that you're building for tomorrow. And I will tell you that when I was a young person and going out and sort of learning how to do basic things like how do you do warming up, how do you look after your muscles, how do you think about your well-being, all the tips that you pick up now, you carry with you through life. And you continue to pass them on to others in your family, in the workplace, or in the community. And what we want to do and see through this project that has taken sort of 6 years to reach the point where it is now, a point where we actually have a charity, where we have people like Jill, and we've got Lisa, we've got Garvin and team, we've got VJ, and we've got Caroline, who's taken over sports impact. But the point is that through the work that happens and through the work with school leaders and Paul and others who are here as well today, it's that support, it's from the head teachers. Simon's here as well, and it's from the head teachers, but actually it's through the schools, and it's about you. It is all about you as young people. But it isn't just about what you're doing through playing sport and being active and being leaders and bringing others and inspiring others to come in. It's about what you're doing through having your voice in the decisions being made. Because money follows voice. When people say something needs to change, that's what draws others in behind them. To say, right, we come in behind you, We come in to support your efforts. And then if it needs money, then we'll go somewhere to try and find that money. Or we'll lobby money, or we'll do what Alan does, which is tell me we need to change what the government's doing. And then I go to the ministers, and even before I was a minister, I was going to the ministers and getting meetings with Alan to actually change things that are happening in Parliament and in the government. Because when your voice can be heard, and he relays your voice, and others relay your voice, but we also hear that voice directly, it makes a difference. So your voice really, really matters. Your voice through Generations Active, your voice through your school, your voice in the community, and your voice connecting up our generations. I grew up with my grandmother in Hounslow, and my relationship with my grandmother was a defining one for me. I learned about her life, and I did simple things like make sure she went for a walk and go with her. Because Generations Active is part, again, of how we build stronger communities, but how as young people you can build those links where you are learning from others who will have so much to share with you about life, about choices, and to listen to you about what's going on in your life. So sport is something that's good in and of itself, but it's also an enabler for your well-being in life, and it's an enabler for your leadership skills, which I can see that you all have in spades. But Generations Active will help develop that more. And I'm incredibly grateful to all in Generations Active, to Laureus and to others, for creating this sense of opportunity and the space for opportunity. But now it is for you as young leaders to take advantage of that opportunity and create that space and opportunity for others. And I look forward to being part of that enormous effort with you. Thank you very much.